Now, lads, very simply, what we're going to do here is you can only compare numbers when they have the same base number. So I'll give you an example. 3 to the power of x equals 3 to the power of 7. It's very obvious, if everybody looks up the board, that is. It's very obvious that x is 7. Go with that? Now, if I have 3 to the power of x equals 9 to the power of 2, as an example, I cannot say x equals 2, can I? No. So what we do is we always take the larger number where possible, and we reduce it down to a smaller number. Now, there is a key here. You press 9 equals, and if you press shift fact, you'll find out that 9 is 3 squared. Okay? So look at this. It now changes to 3 squared to b squared. And what did we say happens earlier on? 3 to the power of 4. And your x value will be 4. All right, let's pause there. Any questions about... Lads, that's essentially this one done. Okay? Now, if you look at this one here, see see as an example questions, see question 3 here. Put 216 into your calculator and shift factor. So press shift fact. Oh, no, this one's awkward. Yeah, that's not great now. Not going to lie. Now, does everybody agree that gives 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3? Everybody cool with that? Now, there is a problem there. Would everybody agree that that also means 2 multiplied by 3, another 2 multiplied by 3, and another 2 multiplied by 3? Because in total, what would we have in total here? That'd be 3 2s and 3 3s. So technically speaking, it is 6 to the power of 3, isn't it? Because that's 6, 6, and 6. So that's x equals 3, okay with you guys? Okay, the next one I'm going to do, if you're all right with this, next one I'm going to do is, I'm going to do an awkward one, all right? Okay, I'm going to do 1 over 243. Now, this is an awkward number, and I'll explain why. If you do 9 to the power of 1, it's 9. 9 to the power of 2 is 81, and 9 to the power of 3 is 729. Do you notice the way 243 is not in that list? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the two numbers that are large, and we're going to shift fact them both. Okay, so shift fact for both of them. So just 3 squared to the power of x. Is everybody happy with that? Is everybody happy with 3 to the power of 5 here? Now, two things. Multiplication rule on the left. So what happens when you use the multiplication rule? 3 to the power of 2x. Negative power rule. 3 to the power of minus 5. You then get 2x equals minus 5, and then x equals minus 5 over 2. Is that all right? There is tricks, and question part 6 would be like that. Very similar question. Is that all right? Now, gents, when we look at these type of questions as well, all right, so example is I'll do part 3, and I'll do part 5. Now look at this, guys. You might think they're really difficult, but look. 5 to the power of x plus 2. Cool with that? What do we say root 5 is again, Sean? 5 to the power of a half. Yeah, which is 5 to the power of a half. Then we can all say that x plus 2 equals a half. Bring over the 2, take it away. Use your calculator. It will be minus 3 over 2. A half, take away 2. All right, guys. Next thing, you ready? This one here. What you're going to notice is that 64 and 2, we have to make sure they're speaking the same language. So shift fact 64 for me. Shift fact 64. All right. Negative power rule. 2 to the power of. Okay. Put the powers equal to each other. X will be equal to 10. So yeah, bring that over. It'd be minus x equals minus 10, and then x equals 10. Right. Now, lads, there will be a video on this. Anna's produced a good point. Shh. Everybody listening? Can you all listen? Because I don't want you to listen to the exam. You can't shift fact 1 over 9. Right? In order to do 1 over 9, you have to just do the 9 on its own. So you shift back 9, and you get 1 over 3 squared. Then you have to remember the negative power rule yourself to change that to 3 to the power minus 2. Is that okay? There is no, you can only shift fact whole numbers, not fractions. Not smart enough. Okay. Lastly, you might think something like this is insane. Like this question here looks pretty damn tough. Okay. But here's all you have to do. Okay. So can anybody tell me what you change the root 10 into? Yeah. And then the 100 is 10 to the power 2. Okay. What's the division rule? Minus them. So if you had x7 over x3, you all told me earlier the answer would be x4. So all you're doing is a half take away 2. Yeah, minus 3 over 2, but yeah. And then what can we say about the powers? X minus 3 equals minus 3 over 2, yeah? 3 minus 3 over 2, which is? Another 3 over 2. Yeah. All right, gents. Look at this. Right, look at this. Ready? Just very easy way. See the right-hand side? Just lob it all into your calculator for a minute, right? And see what happens. Just see what happens for a second. Am I? Okay, that doesn't work. So, oh God. All right. So, lads. Shh. All right, guys, look at this, please. Ready? I'm going to start from the middle. 27 over root 3. And here's what I'm going to change that to. I'm going to change that to 3 to the power 3 over 3 to the power of a half. Would everybody agree with 3 take away a half? All right. I changed that to 3 to the power of 2.5. Is that okay? And the 5 is still on the outside. Is everybody cool with that? Now, multiply that by 5. 5 times 2.5? 12.5 or decimal if you want, or fraction if you want it. Now all of a sudden it's a lot more mortal now, isn't it? Because look at it. It's 3x minus 1 equals 12.5. Bring it over to 1. 13.5. 4.5. It isn't as bad as it looked, was it? Once you took down the middle part on its own. All right. You're going to have plenty of help.